Hello everybody, and welcome to another movie review. Last time we did the Quantumania movie review, we did something like this format, and it was actually quite fun. So we're going to do something like this again, and it is part of our brand new podcast, which you can check out right now on my second channel. It is called Podcast with Mark 45 because I can't think of a better name yet. This show is going to be hosted by us. We're going to be talking about whatever the heck we want, pretty much, and maybe we can bring some guests for some episodes, and that will be absolutely fantastic. In this video specifically, we're going to be talking about the recently released MCU movie, The Marvels. As much as the movie underperformed, I still feel like it was good to talk about the movie in a bit. No spoilers at the start, and then spoilers, and then Funko Pops. The non-spoilers. What do we think?
I think it's a mediocre Marvel movie.
It's not actually that bad. There's some cringy parts, but if you take that out, then the movie overall is actually kind of fun. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
5.
I mean, I'd probably give it a 5 as well. The common critique about this movie is that it's too much feminism. Girl power. Ew. So bad.
Yeah, I guess it's a little bit pushed, but honestly, I just don't think about that if I'm watching an action movie.
Why not have a balanced arsenal of superheroes? Okay, so why don't we, without spoiling much, talk about the plot. What do you think of the overall writing and the story and all that?
It's like a generic Marvel movie.
How so?
Big bad person, the world's in danger.
Yeah, I guess it's every Marvel movie. Well, it did have
You have 3 characters come together to fight a common enemy, which is Dar-Benn. She is the threat, and Captain Marvel, apparently being like the strongest Avenger, can't take her on a one-on-one, so she has help from Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau. We know Monica Rambeau from WandaVision. Well, we kind of knew her from the first Captain Marvel movie when she was a little girl, and then she reappeared as an adult in WandaVision. Just in case there's like 2 of you out there who hasn't seen WandaVision, I'm not going to spoil it. And then Miss Marvel, obviously she had her own show last year. Admittedly, I haven't seen it. And then we have Nick Fury, which I'm not going to lie, Nick Fury is a very different Nick Fury in this movie compared to Secret Invasion, where it's like very horror, mystery, thriller. And then you have this Nick Fury who's just making jokes and like very comedic and all that. If we're thinking realistically, Captain Marvel could just honestly 1v1 Dar-Benn.
I think that was a plot point. It's like she could solo them and she could definitely beat them, but then I guess this is in the trailer, like their powers are intertwined, right?
Yeah.
It's in the trailer.
They keep on swapping positions.
So the fact that they swap positions basically makes it so she can't 1v1 them.
So there is a way to nerf her and to get the other 2 characters into the movie.
So yeah, felt forced.
I feel like the writers maybe just were staying up to 4 a.m. trying to bash together a script. That's what it felt like. Would you say the actors did well, and it's just the writers didn't do well?
Yeah, I agree.
The movie was, how long was it? It was the shortest MCU film ever. It definitely felt like an hour and 45. It actually felt quite fast-paced. Multiverse of Madness was also quite fast-paced, but it was like 2 hours long. So at least it had some breathing space. But Marvel was like, go, go, go. This scene happens, then this scene happens, and this scene happens. It's just non-stop all the way to the end. I feel like they took what could have been a Disney Plus show and then just squeezed it down to a 2-hour movie, and then they're like, oh, no. We can cut it down even more and cut it down to an hour and 40.
They had room to make it longer if they wanted. So maybe they just found some scenes that were like they had too many slow scenes, and maybe they just cut them. That's why it's so short.
Would you say this film was better or worse than Quantumania?
Slightly worse.
I think Quantumania was cooler because it had Quantum Realm stuff. So just because there was like all the Quantum Realm stuff and all that was all new, that was more interesting. I
just want to say straight up, I'm not a big fan of her new suit that she gets in this movie. It looks very hideous. It literally looks like she's part of like the British Royal Navy or something like that. Like her old suit that she wore for first movie and then into Endgame, that suit was actually quite good. She should have kept it. She wore it for the beginning of the movie. I think she had a short sleeve. Like she cut the sleeves a little bit. So it was short sleeve. And actually, I think the short sleeve works. Gives her arms breathing space, I guess. But then when she switched to that other, I think it's like a Nova Corps suit, it just looks like some British Royal Marine suit. I'm not a fan of it. There is a K-pop star in this film. Not the first time they brought in pop stars into the films, like for the Eternals, most boring MC movie ever. The post-credit scene had Harry Styles in it. It's a spoiler, I know, but it's been out for 2 years at this point. It feels very Disney.
Yeah, I mean, that's getting to spoiler territory, though.
A little bit. If you don't watch this movie, you're going to miss an important chunk of the MCU timeline.
Just watch it when it goes on Disney Plus. Like, don't watch it in theaters.
Yeah, we got...
Overall, the movie is not a must-watch, but the ending is kind of important because it does set up stuff.
Then I think we're good with non-spoilers. So, now is your time to click away if you don't want to get spoiled. How about let's start with that dancing scene again. So, I briefly mentioned I don't even know who the K-pop star is. Like, what's his name? Captain Marvel dancing. She's wearing this, like, princess outfit, and then they're dancing and singing. I gotta say, Brie Larson can actually sing. She has a good singing voice, but the whole scene just felt like it was straight out of a Disney movie.
This is a Disney movie.
Yeah, like character breaks down into singing and at a critical moment. Kind of cliche.
One thing I don't like about it is they're basically left to die because we don't know what happens to them.
There you go, another a plot hole right there.
Yeah, because Dar-Ben makes it out of there because she's in the next scene. I don't quite remember what happens after, but she gets out. So I'm assuming they lost, but it's like unclear.
Can we talk about the Fleur kittens for a second? There was another scene where they needed to evacuate the ship, but there was not enough escape pods and there was too many people. So they had the Fleur kittens eat the entire crew.
Honestly, that was the funniest part of the movie.
That was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like you can critique the poor writing for that, but you know what? At least it was funny. There was also one other scene where Miss Marvel was like falling out of the sky, and then Monica was like doing a Fortnite dive to like save her. That scene could have been removed, honestly. It felt very forced. They just chucked that scene in there just for some tension.
Yeah, I guess it was to make Monica fly. Because they needed her to fly.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess the final fight between Dar-Ben and the three Marvels.
The fight was honestly just underwhelming. There's not much of a fight. They're just like, they beat her, they crushed her, and then she's like, I will help you guys. And then they let her out, and then she's like, jokes, I will now kill you. And then she tries to take the bangle from Monica, or Miss Marvel, and then she wins, but she dies.
Yeah, because it's too much power. And it kills her. Yeah. And it opens up a portal to another universe. Whoa! What universe could it be? So Monica decides I'm going to close it in the most sacrificial way possible and flies to the portal to the other side of this brand new universe to close the portal. She could have very well just, from a grab, like, Miss Marvel can summon a big fist, like kind of like Mr. Fantastic. She could have easily done that, grab Monica, pull her back through the portal. But nope, we need a sacrificial moment. So, Monica, I feel like how it should have ended with do something like that. Monica decided, it's okay, just let me go. I'll die peacefully. And she, quote unquote, sacrifices herself. And she's now trapped in this new universe, which, surprise, surprise, what universe is it? The Fox universe.
The Miss Marvel thing, bring her back, I think it was quite far, so...
Okay, maybe.
A little bit.
We'll let that slide.
Yeah, but she probably could have pulled it from the other side somehow. Like, if they wanted her to stay, they could definitely make her stay, but they just wanted her to go.
Time to talk about cameos. This is one of those movies where it was cameo filled. So the first fight was actually on a Skrull planet, and these Skrulls are friendly compared to the Skrulls in Secret Invasion. These are Skrulls that are actually peaceful people and don't want to commit mass genocide on Earth. Not all the Skrulls make it, unfortunately. They made that evidently clear because Miss Marvel tries to stay behind and rescue everyone, but then they're like, no, we have to go. We have to save what we can. And save that, and then they're like, where are we going to put these Skrull refugees? Let's call Valkyrie. I'm surprised New Asgard is going to be able to hold this many Skrulls, but The Oscar is quite full already. Valkyrie appears for a brief cameo, and it really is a cameo. She's here for like a couple scenes, like just one scene, that's it.
I mean, it's alright. I just remember the dialogue being kind of cringy.
At the end, Ms. Marvel comes down and she's like, I'm gonna form the Young Avengers. I'm gonna be the young Nick Fury to start the Avengers Initiative. And the first recruit she goes to is, ding ding ding, Kate Bishop. She comes in and her apartment, Miss Marvel somehow, being a young teenage girl, was able to break into her apartment easily and comes out of her and she's sitting in the shadows, be like, Kate Bishop, I have been expecting you. Let's talk about the biggest thing that has come out of this movie is that post-credit scene. We mentioned that Monica trapped herself in the Fox universe, which, surprise, surprise, is part of the X-Men. Which X-Men do we have in this post-credit scene? The Beast. Played by the same actor, I think.
Monica was in the X-Men mansion, like in the basement, and they were trying to like ask Monica questions and like why it's like, oh, it's impossible that you could go through different universes.
I think we've pretty much covered almost the entire film. So I think we can move on now. So let's do the Funko Pops. Alright, so I have kind of overdid it with the Pops because I wasn't able to get all the exclusives. Let's get started, shall we? With an exclusive here. This is Captain Marvel in her original suit, but with the short sleeves. And she is technically a Target exclusive. This was a good suit before she got the new one. This was a good suit. I don't know why they decided to swap. Also notice how she went back to long hair, because she had that short hair in Endgame, and I think a lot of people didn't really like it.
Do you have a Monica Pop back there? Also, her name is
Photon.
Photon.
I don't think it was mentioned. I don't think it was said.
There was name dropped. There was like, oh, what name should we give you? I think Photon was mentioned in there, and then she also has a second name, Spectrum. She has like an alternate personality. It's confusing.
There is also a PX Reviews exclusive one, which is literally this, but glow in the dark. Honestly, this should have been the suit. This should have been the suit, not that new garbage suit. I'm sorry, I'm just not a fan of it at all. Let's take a look at that suit. Look at it. So this is the brand new suit. Maybe you will like it. Some of you do like it. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion, but I personally think the suit does not look good. So this is the common Captain Marvel, or sorry, Captain Marvel with fire hands. So she has something shooting out of her hands for this one.
It's like she's holding baseballs.
It looks like she dipped her hand in mayonnaise.
Dipped her hand in mayonnaise. There's also this one where she is basically powered up, fully charged up. She is from the Collector Corps box, which also has the Goose Pop. So as you can see, I did not buy the full box.
Just more orange effects.
More mayonnaise. Ketchup in the head.
Why is it mayonnaise?
No relish.
Yeah, it's missing the relish.
Yo, I am going to include this section in the middle of the episode because thankfully this pop has arrived amidst editing this episode. It's here now, and I actually wanted to show this pop the most when we were showing off all the pops. This is Goose with Fleur kittens. There's a lot of kittens. It's not just Goose. Goose is obviously the main pop, but you've also got the mini little kittens, and they are so adorable. It is actually a very good pop. It feels like I'm holding multiple pops in one. And if there was any Funko Pop that I would recommend you to collect for this movie, it is this one. But yeah, that's it. So back to the main program. Next up we have Nick Fury with a Fleur kitten. So this Nick Fury isn't your typical average Nick Fury. He has a little kitten with him. So at least there's something.
I thought that was me.
Oh my god. Here is the Secret Invasion Nick Fury as well. He looks like he's actually like homeless and depressed in Secret Invasion, and in the Marvels he's just freshened up and ready to continue on with life again. But I do like this Nick Fury because of the little Fleur kitten. It's actually, it's new. It's something new for Nick Fury for once.
Secret Invasion is more serious.
Let's talk about Miss Marvel now. The original one, the Hot Top exclusive one from the show. This was one of the few Miss Marvel pops I picked up. So as you can see, she has her mask for the Miss Marvel one. No mask at all for the Marvels one. So there's also a Funko Shop exclusive, which is literally this, but glow in the dark. Same situation again.
Oh, the movie one is better.
She doesn't have a mask anymore. The show just a mask. It looks like paint. She's like,
Then we have our antagonist here, Darben.
she doesn't look very evil.
What's the weapon she's like? Is it Ronin's hammer thing?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
without the power stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine the hammer's kind of useless with the power stone, but it still does stuff, right?
Oh, so she uses the bangle to power it instead of the power stone. Everyone's favorite character, Prince Yan, played by that K-pop guy. I'm surprised they made him a common pop. No, not. I think this is probably my least favorite pop from the line.
I think he's wearing a different suit. This looks like a normal suit. He was like,
This is the only pop they made of him.
Yeah.
They should do an exclusive. Prince Yan in battle suit or something like that. So we're gonna wrap up this video here now. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're on YouTube. All right, see you in the next one.